When did you have first have the idea to release your records on your own label?
Oh,
great idea.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah, great idea.
Especially since things are being the way things have been going in the music industry it's quite pathetic, to be honest with you. The labels that are falling by the wayside every day. There's one label going under, and the reason for that is because they just don't do a good job, and they don't seem to understand that they have to really treat the artist well and pay the artist. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so it's mainly my wife. My wife is also my manager, Yngwie Malmsteen,
Mm-hmm.
And this is really her baby. She started this whole thing, it's a great thing, And we'll release a lot of my back catalog and then some live stuff, and then we might even do other artists, in the future. Who knows?
I think this is good for you because you have more oversight on how your albums are actually getting into stores. I mean, since Magnum Opus, it hasn't always been easy to find your records in stores here in the States. I myself had to import several of them from Japan since they weren't even available in the States. I mean, hell, I paid $35 for the I Can't Wait EP, and that was never even released in the States. So it's good to know you won't have...
We have a really, really good distribution with Koch.
Koch, right. That is good distribution, so that's a good thing. And it's good to know that you won't have to deal with labels anymore and the uncertainty of availability of your records,
Right.
And because for some of your records, they were released for quite a while before they ever got released here in the States. So
That's right.
So for those of us diehards, it was frustrating because then we have to import them and pay a whole crap load more. On the bright side, we get the bonus tracks, but still, it can be frustrating for fans too. Now, you mentioned you're acquiring the rights to your to some of your older albums. Do you have the rights now, or is that in the works?
I have everything from 7 Sign on.
Oh, you do have them all. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned something about remixing the albums.
Yeah, I'm going to remix a few albums. I've decided War Tunnel Watches, which I think has got some really good songs. I'm just going to remix it.
Okay.
But this is, this is all these things are going to happen in due time. Right now I have this one thing and that's it, and I'm going on tour, and
So it's on the schedule, but not anytime soon. But hey, it's something for us to look forward to. That's great.
Yeah, of course.
And
but right now it's October 14th, Perpetual Flame, and this big tour, and that's it.
And certainly looking forward to it. Are you going to be working toward any other U.S. tours in the future after the album is released?
Yes.
Okay, and I mentioned that because
this is only one leg. This is only one. This doesn't cover the whole thing. So for sure we'll be doing more. Yeah.
That's great because you don't have a New
Keep
England.
an eye on the website, and then it will be posted as soon as possible.
That would be great. You don't have a New England date on this tour, so if we could get you back here in New England.
Of course.
That would be awesome. I know you got to go real soon. I want to get to a couple more things before you go, if you don't mind. Are you your harshest critic? I mean, do you think that the fans are a little more critical of you, or are you harder on yourself more than anybody else?
I probably am, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have to also remember something, that this is an art form, and it's so funny because as I said, I do so many interviews that my head is spinning. but I do notice one thing, that everybody I talk to have a completely different view of what's going on. So you tell me that your favorite record is this, and somebody will. I just talked to a girl right before I talked to you. She said, "Oh yeah, my favorite is this," or that the new album is this or that, whatever. And then everybody has their own impression and their own, view on things, which is cool. But that just underscores the fact that you have to do what you find to be the right thing. In other words, I have to do what I find to be the right thing, because there's no way I'm going to please everybody. So the way I judge myself, the way I criticize myself, yes, I would say that I'm the toughest. But then I might criticize myself in a completely different way than someone else would. So,
True.
It's not a science. This is an art form.
Yeah, and no matter what I would want to hear from you, I would rather hear you do something that you wanted to do, as opposed to necessarily to something somebody else wanted to do, because there's the sincerity and integrity behind it. You know,
Yeah,
I want you to be pleased with what you were doing.
Yeah. And I found out that that's why I'm still doing what I'm doing, because that's why I've always approached it. So that's why we call it the perpetual flame, because it doesn't seem to stop, you know. And the reason for that is because I'm just doing what I've always been doing.
You've had a vision for your music.
In a little way, maybe, you know, getting slack for people going, well, you know, only that's what he wants to do, whatever. Yeah, that's right. You got that right.
Yeah. You know, you've stuck with your vision for your music over the years, and we appreciate it. We appreciate your integrity. You know, we don't have to worry about you recording your own personal load album or something totally off the wall. I mean, we know what you're going to give us, and there's that integrity and honesty behind it. And I think that's why so many of your fans appreciate what you do over the years. And I'm one of them.
Thank you.
And I really, really appreciate that. And thank you very much for calling, Yngwie. I really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you on tour. It starts on the 4th down in Texas. And you've got, again, the new record, Perpetual Flame. It's coming out in 2 weeks. I personally recommend it. It's my favorite since Magnum Opus, and I definitely recommend it to all the listeners. For more information, go to yngwiemalmsteen.com for tour date information. And again, thanks a lot, Yngwie, for calling in. Really do appreciate it. Best wishes for the tour, and best wishes to you and your family.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Yngwie.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.